Hey trainers, how have your Pokemon journey been so far? I'm guessing you've had a few ups and downs recently. Trust me, we've all been there. Let's see if I can help you out with a few tips to improve your battle experiences. So let's start off with typing. This is probably the biggest thing you're going to encounter besides your stats. So the standard there with your attack, your defense, and your stamina. You're going to have to be dealing with typing. Now, a lot of people like to look at this as it's, the basics rock, paper, scissors. It's really generally not. A lot of matchups, it helps a lot to know these things, but it's not always cut and dry. Especially in the Pokemon Go battle scene, it's not always that clear cut. So there's some electric Pokemon that do well against ground types. That's a clear weakness here. So let's look at a few things here. So you guys can see on the infographic over here that we're going to have all the types, just the standard single types against single types, and see how their effectiveness is. You can see there's the attacking types, and then you've got the defending types. So the basics are going to be your fire, grass, water. That's going to be your standard starter typings. So either you start with a Charmander, a Bulbasaur, or a Squirtle. You've got that trifecta here, and it's going to be your basic rock, paper, scissors type of scenario here. But it's not always that cut and dry, as I've already said earlier. There are going to be some types such as normal. They don't have a clear-cut weakness other than fighting types, as you guys once again can see from the infographic over here. And they've also got an immunity, well, in the main game at least, an immunity to ghost types. And this is just a really, really heavy resistance. So ghost types will deal damage, but their damage is significantly reduced. So there's just some things to consider when building your Pokemon teams, especially when going into gyms, into raids, into Pokemon battles, where you're either it be in the Go Battle League or it be in the Play Pokemon series circuit, if you will, for regionals, tournaments, league cups, league challenges, all that, where you're going to need to make a team of 6. Once again, I want you guys to take a look at this infographic here. This is going to be your big thing to really focus on here. It's really useful to know these typings, know the weaknesses, the resistances especially. That way you know what's going to be good to swap into, whether it once again be a gym battle, Team Go Rocket battle, which is very similar to doing a regular trainer battle. It really technically is, but it's a little different. The setup is slightly different, but for the most part, just like a Go Battle League battle or a Play Pokemon series type of battle. Next up, I want to give you guys a little pop quiz. As you guys get to see in the previous video, I want to give you guys a little moment just to kind of reflect over what you guys have been learning here through the infographic, but also different matchups. Is this going to be a good scenario here? What kind of damage are they going to do? Is this going to be effective here? That kind of thing. So take a few moments, pause the video if you need to, and just reflect over the pop quiz here. All right, so thank you guys for taking a simple little pop quiz. Hopefully you guys did all right here. I'm assuming you guys did, but if you guys didn't, feel free, go back over it. Go back over the infographic, quiz yourselves. This is a good way to go and really build up that muscle memory, if you will. Just get the brain really going with that on what the weaknesses are, what the resistances are, what's going to be effective, all right? So now I want you guys to look at the next infographic here, which is going to be the dual typing. All right. Now, for this, just for the sake of this video, we're going to be doing dual typing with normal. So it'll be normal and whatever other typing. And as you guys can see, there is just the standard normal type at the very top. This is just to show straight across the board. Well, the top, both sides, you can see it right up here in the top left corner. You'll be able to see it's normal versus normal, and just really how that plays out. So, as you can see, normal versus normal, that's just neutral damage. And as you go down, you can see, here's the fighting types. You can see how they, that's really the only weakness it's got. So, as you go down the list, and you see all these defending types, you can see they change. Now you have a normal and a ghost type. Now, is that normal going to be doing just neutral damage? No, that's going to be doing resisted damage, heavily resisted, mind you. And then, you know, the fighting type. You've got all these other ones. A comes with it, but now all of a sudden you have a normal ghost is now weak to normal dark, or is weak to dark types. So there's a little bit of a switch up here. You can see the same thing. Normal fire type is now going to be weak to water and ground and rock. And you can just take a look at any of the types here. It now picks up these other weaknesses. But it also picks up the resistances as well, which is what is going to be really powerful here when you are picking Pokemon for your team, regardless where you're bringing them at. Having an additional type can sometimes make or break the situation. Sometimes it's better just to have the single type, depending on the Pokemon you're going against. And other times, it's better to have a dual type. And so you also want to be taking into consideration about things such as Stab, which is the same type attack bonus. Now, it's not the same effectiveness we see in the main series game, where you can get up to 4 times damage. You can get up to a max of 2.67 times damage, which means that if you want to look at a multiplier, you want to look at 267%. So doing those simple calculations, you'll be able to see what kind of damage you're going to be able to output with, incorporate that with their attack stat, and you'll see really how powerful some of your Pokemon are going to be. All right, now, last up, I just want to go and give one more pop quiz. So take a quick look once again at this infographic here. Give a couple seconds here. Really analyze this, because when you guys take this pop quiz, it is a bit harder. At the same time, a bit easier. All right, and let's go into that pop quiz right now. As you can see, typing can be tricky, but I know you'll do much better during your next battles. The best thing you can do to prepare is test your own knowledge and experiment with different Pokemon type combinations. So good luck out there, and I'll see you guys next time.